with you. This is freedom. We have a cassette of this.
Yeah, our first tape listening experience for Neil Young here. Quarantine Hearts. 1989, almost to the 90s. And this is his sort of a comeback album in respects.
Yes, this has got, here's the cassette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got the blue tin. Back back
Rockin'
on
in
the
the Free World. So, I like this blue label.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When we put this in the cassette player, as you saw at the beginning, you did not see the cassette spinning like that when it actually is. This middle
Let's
stuff
talk about who's in the band.
Yeah, but I want to show all this insert. So this is the... Okay, so I'm going to put all this.
It's hard to read. Forget with cassettes and J cards. It can be...
teeny tiny.
Challenging to read the personnel. Neil Young... We got Pancho San Pedro, of course, of Crazy Horse. Chad Cromwell, who was a holdover from like a lot of those 80s records. Rick, the bass player, Rosas, and Ben Keith. Longtime Ben Keith.
Yes, Ben Keith. So, what I noticed is that this rips, so if you put this together, it says Wrecking Ball on Broadway.
Well, let's talk about this album. So this was Neil Young. He was quoted as saying he wanted to make an album that was not so much about a conceptual thing, which this certainly isn't. It's not like any of the previous albums. Conceptual meaning he didn't focus on like a theme or a vibe or a style, which we definitely saw that he did in the 80s. He said he wanted it to be like if you were listening to the radio and like there would be a lot of different kinds of songs all happening at the same time. And we have to talk about Rockin' in a Free World, right?
Yeah.
An undeniable great song. It still sounds good today. And
both
two
versions.
Yeah, it starts with the acoustic version, which I didn't realize, and it ends with the electric version, just like which album?
There's another album that starts and ends with the same track.
Well, not starts and ends with acoustic and electric.
Oh, right.
Hey, my mind.
Correct, Mundo.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know if he was thinking about that, but I think he just likes sort of presenting it in two different ways.
What'd you think of that acoustic track?
I thought the electric was better than the acoustic, but I liked the acoustic too.
I did too.
Produced by the Volume Dealers, Neil Young and Nico Bolas. So this song was, I think it was like a number 2 rock chart hit. And
what was number 1, right?
I don't know what was number 1 at that time, but 1989, he first performed it in Seattle, apparently, with Crazy Horse, and they didn't even rehearse it.
And then what time?
They just came out and played it.
What year was that?
And then there's also... The other cool performance of this is when they played on Saturday Night Live just after this album came out, and that is one of the greatest live TV performances ever. And here's a cool fact about that: it's a different band that he played with. It's a few different guys who look particularly like they're really pushing Neil Young. But the cool thing about this is he wanted to come out with a lot of energy. So apparently with his manager, he actually worked out like 30 minutes before coming out on stage, lifting weights and stuff.
Yeah.
He wanted to come out charged up. And he did.
So he pumped himself up for it?
That's what he said. So Rockin' in the Free World... was a big time comeback for him, and he sounds like he's full of energy, and it's a great song.
Up.
He was pumped up. That SNL performance is second to none. But that is not. I was a little worried that listening to this that would be the only good song or something.
Yeah.
This is good. This is really good.
Crime in the City was actually really good.
The second song, and we heard that.
Yes.
On the Blue Note Cafe.
Right, and that gave us a little bit of hope for this record, because we're like, oh, it's a good song.
And the Blue Note Cafe version was way different, right?
Yes.
Very much.
Crime in the City was a really good song, though, right?
No, I liked it. Absolutely liked it. Don't Cry. Oh, we should also talk about...
El Dorado.
Before we get on to more about this album was preceded by an Australian and Japanese-only EP called El Dorado that had 3 of these songs on it plus 2 others. Yes. And it was all the rock songs, and it sort of set the tone or forecast of what was coming.
Prime the pump.
I don't know why it only was released there. Maybe he was doing a tour over there, and he wanted to sort of do something special for that audience.
Here's where we're going to insert one of the unreleased songs on El Dorado.
Well, we got a lot of inserts.
Lots of them.
But that EP, a 5-track EP, contains Don't Cry, El Dorado, and No More, right?
Yeah, and then the bonus 2 songs on it are Cocaine Eyes and Heavy Love.
Or wasn't On Broadway on it?
Yes.
Can we talk about on Broadway?
Yeah, well, on Broadway, El Dorado and Don't Cry are from the El Dorado EP plus 2 more unreleased tracks. Yes, you want to mention?
No, I was just gonna say I thought
Broadway.
I was expecting it to be kind of dumb. Like I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know why he would cover that song.
Who knows
But I
why,
I loved it. And he did that. There's a line, Silas, and on Broadway where they say I can play the air guitar. But he said, I can play this here guitar,
Yeah.
and then just wailed on it, which I thought was really funny.
Speaking of, yeah, and the wailing thing, his guitar sound
Oh,
on
yeah.
this is unbelievably good.
Fuzzy.
It's super in the red,
Yeah,
kind
you
of
can see.
unhinged.
Look, you can already see on this cover. Look at that.
Yeah, let's bring that in.
And this is before Neil
Oh,
Young.
and then look at the this one.
Neil Young got a bit of a bump for the grunge era, I think, which came a few years later. And this is like a grungy
Oh,
sound.
this is definitely pre-grunge.
Yeah, it's better than
89.
This Note's for You.
And those fuzzy, really chunky sounds he's getting on that, plus El Dorado, the song, that might be my favorite song
Good song.
on this. El Dorado is
Rocker.
awesome.
Rocker.
Yeah, now, there are a few stinkers, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like Someday.
Me neither.
That, he brought back some of those cheesy synths again.
Wrecking Ball was not that good.
No, I think I was okay with, maybe it was The Ways of Love I didn't like. There was one other song that I didn't like, but otherwise, I loved all the other songs.
When those synths came in, I got a little PTSD.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
Sunday.
Like, no more.
Don't do it.
I mean, it is still the 80s.
No more. Wait, no more is a song on here.
Yeah. This is so good, and, I have to source out a vinyl copy of
I
this.
gotta say one thing about this. This
Yeah.
album is 61 minutes long.
Yeah, much longer. But it didn't feel... The other ones that were like 30 minutes
Absolutely.
and 40 minutes were a slog, and they felt painful to get through.
Yeah.
And this one, I was like still into it an hour in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but guess what? 61 minutes. You think it's a double, right? Nope. Single.
What other songs did you like?
Yeah, but guess he's putting 30 minutes onto a side of a record.
I really like Too Far Gone, which is sort of like a
Oh, that
quieter
is
song.
on Songs for Judy. But we do have the record.
So yeah, Songs for Judy was a 1976 a bunch of live shows, and he had already written this song Too Far Gone apparently and shelved it, but he did play it in 1976 and put it aside for freedom, I guess.
Yep.
There it is. It's the first song, really.
Yes. Well, intro and then Too Far Gone.
Yeah, Too Far Gone.
But even like Hanging on a Limb, I thought was a little schmaltzy, but it's all right.
Hanging on a Limb is the one with Linda Ronstadt.
Oh yeah, Linda Ronstadt guest on that one.
I liked her vocals on that.
But this is only a year after This Note's for You, and to come with this is sort of, it just proved that he still had it in him.
Still had it.
This is great. I mean, I thought maybe it'd be okay and there'd be a few good songs, but I really loved it, and I was surprised about those guitars. What's he wearing, though? It looks like he's wearing Zumbas.
Is he?
His pants there.
I think they just might be wide whale corduroys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, those are some super thick. I think I had a pair of like Jinko jeans like
Yeah, I
that. at
gotta
one
say this.
point.
Okay, so this is the first period of the times where we're gonna get to some long albums
Yes.
in the 90s.
Sure.
Oh yeah, he stretches out.
Is there anything else we want to say, or we want to give Shakeys?
I guess I'll give Shakeys.
All right.
Yeah, what do you
I'll
think?
give this 7.5 Shakeys.
Okay.
Not bad. I'm going to give it 8 Shakeys. I like it I'm ranking it up high with some of the 70s stuff, which I think I'm probably giving it a little bit higher because of all the turds before it. But I'm fine with that. Even the two schmaltzy songs I could probably throw away, but if you throw away 2 out of the whatever
Yeah, what are
12
the two
songs, that's
schmaltzy ones?
still awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Siley, I'm gonna also give this 8 Shakeys, and Dad and I had a little pre-conversation about it. I was saying the same thing. I feel like I might have, my rating might have been high because I obviously hated the last 3 records, and this was such a breath of fresh air. But I would put this up there with Rust Never Sleeps.
Yeah, what were the stinkers you thought, Dad?
I can't disagree with that.
But what were the stinkers?
Well, I already talked about it. Someday, and I think it was either Hanging on a Limb or...
Ways of Love?
It was something, I think it might have been Someday, I remember.
There were 2 that I knew
There was
I
a
wasn't
couple
fan
there
of.
in a row that were that kind
Someday
of
was my
bummers.
least favorite, for sure. I liked that Crime in the City a lot. That was a cool version of
Me
that.
too.
Well, I guess the album.
But the Blue Note Cafe version was way different. This was an acoustic version of Crime in the City. That was electric.
Yeah, the Blue Note Cafe was the only good thing I heard on that was Crime in the City.
All right.
In any case, that is Freedom, and with that, we're going to be in 1990, the next album with Ragged Glory.
Yeah, I think
I feel a great sense of relief.
Crime in the City
Yes.
was the 9-minute song.
Crime in the City was, that was the longest song.
Mm-hmm.
It was an epic.
All right, that's
Okay.
it. Quarantine Hearts, say goodbye.
Yeah, so again, next will be Ragged Glory is another one we have on cassette. We have 2 that are on cassettes.
We'll get to it.
Okay.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, Crazy Horse.